Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Connoissuer's Conversation. Today, I'm excited to bring you guys a perfume that I picked up about 2 weeks ago. Didn't want to really give a very big first impression on this. I wanted to wear this, get this scent on my skin, and tell you exactly what it is that I thought and the impression I get after a few wears. This is a scent done by one of our favorite perfumers in the game, and that is Roja Dove. This is from his more obscure line, the Pierre De Velay. It's a perfume line that only carried inside of his Haute Perfumery in Harrods. You don't get it on any boutiques, and you will never see this line on any discount site. This is the fragrance that he came out with because he's been in the lab cooking. And I mean, he's come up with Elysium Intense, he's come up with the new Isola Blue, and he's come up with this new fragrance, as I stated, from the Pierre De Velay line, and it's called the OUD. If this sounds like the type of content you think you'll enjoy, pull up a seat, pour a glass, and of course, let's enhance. Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dry Down. This is the channel where we aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through the understanding of the different aromas, facets, and nuances of scent, cigars, and wines. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to today's experience. As stated in the opening monologue, I got an experience for you guys coming from Roja Dove and his perfume line, Pierre De Velay. He came out with a perfume in 23 that he put as the most illustrious oud fragrance that he had built to this point. That is Pierre De Velay, offered in this coffee red box. Beautiful, beautiful presentation. Gold embellishments, gold hinges, beautiful velvet lined box. And this is the presentation. This is a 100 ml extrait parfum fragrance. Done, it says the OUD on the gold plaque, heavy gold cap. Done by Roja OUD by Pierre De Velay. As stated, this is a wood lacquered coffee red box. Pierre De Velay printed in the opening hood. It is velvet bottom, so no scratching of any surface it sets on. Very sturdy. This is reminiscent of what Killian used to do, should still be doing, but used to do. And what Killian, or not Killian, but what Roja should do for his Roja Parfums line. This is a very beautiful display case that you could put on any, if you're a collector or not, just to have this in your presence, in your room, or your countertop. This is a great presentation to have. So now let's get into the scent, guys. What made me not want to do a first impression on this scent is that Roja perfumes are very complex perfume compositions. And I didn't want to go into a first impression with this because the way that they go on the skin and release different oils on you, one day you can say, this is this, and the next day I've had totally different experiences. And I didn't want to bring you guys anything that was not consistent with something I smelled more than once coming off my skin, or what I got from complimentary third-party people tell me what it was that I smelled or they smelled, and what they believe the scent portrayed for me in the essence I was trying to wear it in. So this fragrance, the OUD, what he states is that this fragrance is, like he said, the ultimate oud fragrance that he's brought to market. He wanted to state and stated that this is what the new Gulf smells like. This is the excitement, the modernization of oud in the Gulf region of Asia, Western Asia. So for me, in having very, very many of Roja's perfumes in the oud collection, the oud Gulf collection, I came into this with a eyes wide open and mind wide open type of thought to see what this was. I had to blind by this. He had a 70 mil or 10 mil, so to speak, decant that came for $70. And I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and blind buy this particular scent because I know what Roja brings to the table. All I had to think was, I'm going to hope that this is a different heart note accord that comes up in his scent that I very much so love, all the Gulf collection and the OUD collection from his Roja Parfums. He has 22 different notes in this perfume right here. And what I've gotten from this particular scent, the opening is one of the most beautiful, spicy, citric oud openings that I've smelled to this day. This is one of those mysterious, sexy, well-built, well-composed perfumes of majestic intent. to me, what I smell in this, it's a typical rose oud composition, but with the touch and magic of Roja Dove and his perfume making. The balance in this particular scent, from opening, heart, and base accords, is one of the most beautiful fragrances that I've smelled for a Western oud. I've smelled this fragrance for, like I said, approximately 2 weeks now to give you an impression of it. It is my scent of the day, so I'm getting wafts of it as the dry down in about 2 hours, but ostensibly what I get from the opening and the dry down is a very, very leathery, spicy, sweet, warm, and floral oud fragrance that is spectacular. This is not a fragrance that is going to scream. It is not going to be one that is going to come into a room and just blast. I can say this. When I first smelled this, I became anosmic to it. And that is one of the things that I didn't want to bring the impression of, because there are some fragrances that I come anosmic to that I know I should not be telling people what they should smell or can't smell from those particular fragrances. I know that for myself, and I don't want to bring you a bad impression of something that may be beautiful and or may be bad. So the way that this comes off for me in the opening, after giving it all of its wearings, letting someone else wear it on their skin and try to get a composition parameter for myself, this comes off as one of the most beautiful lab denim, styrax, magnolia, rose, and citric oud. That really beautiful, beautiful citric opening that Roja loves to put in his perfumes. This is one that if I was to say this was a mix of fragrances to bring to mind and bring forth that which you may conjure, this is, to my nose, this is a combination of the United Arab Emirates collection along with the Amber Oud collection, or Amber Oud fragrance, mixed into one. The leathery, sweet, warm, inviting, and floral accords of the Amber Oud, along with that nice rose, ethereal yet incense vibe of the United Arab Emirates ouds, collide in this particular fragrance and come off so, so wonderfully. The thing that I wanted to have in this, and which I'm very happy to say is there, is that with each one of those fragrances, there's always an accord that comes out of it. It's such a beautiful accord. It does not come into each one. So you had the candy floss in some, the rose, the amber, the actual Taif rose. You had many different oud variations that came with a pitch of a heart accord that came up and really enveloped the fragrance and made it special and more distinct from each particular fragrance. And for this one, he used the magnolia accord. And the magnolia accord in this one comes off very, very, so if you're used to heart accords of magnolia, or if you sense one, so say I'll bring to your attention Pardon from Nasamato. The way that magnolia accord is very, very similar to this one. That one is a little more heavier in the dosage, but this one comes in and really sits on top of the fragrance and gives it one of the best, beautiful heart floral accords that I've smelled in Roja's perfumery. It comes off like off the paper right now. It's one of those very, very sensual, sexual, rich, warm, and inviting fragrances. It makes you feel affluent and opulent. It brings a sense of austerity, a sense of magnificence, and a sense of confidence to any wearer of this particular fragrance. I would not say this is a scent that is for season. This is really a spring, fall, and winter scent. Summertime, you can get away with it in areas of life that gives you, say if you're in a cool climate, of course, and or if you're in a really, really climate controlled environment, say office space, you can get away with 2 sprays and have this come off spectacular. It's a very, very beautiful, beautiful, well blended scent. You don't really get any of the, unless you smell Roja perfumes. If you really, really dove into his fragrances and know what his oud accords smell like, you will get that distinctly. But the thing about this one that I stated, that magnolia, the labdanum, the styrax, and the benzoin are really, really uplifting around his oud accord. Now Roja, he never states what oud he has. You don't know if he has Assam oud, you know he has Indonesian, Thai. You just don't know. He might have Cambodian oud. You can try to get a sense of the oud accord he's using from others who have used accords of oud. It could be Canem. It could be a lot of different oud, of course. He never states, but to me, this is very, very well-rounded, beautiful, woody, sexy, and sensual fragrance. Now, for me, when we talk about this particular scent, you want compliments, and I will say this. Outside of Amber Oud, this has given me the most compliments in my wearing experience. I have, as you've seen in some of my other collections and my other experiences talking to you, giving you first impressions or impressions of, and or giving you lists. This one here has given me 6 compliments, and I don't mean comments, I mean compliments, where someone is actually going out of their way to say, man, that is a beautiful scent. And that was one gentleman, and the rest have been women at either restaurants, passerby, or in office environment. So I've gotten 6 total compliments of this, and maybe 6 or 7 wearing since I purchased this particular scent. Very, very sweet, very, very warm, very rich, inviting. You also get like a Calabrian lemon with a nice tangerine orange that stays throughout the particular scent. That's reminiscent of De La Nuit number 2 for me in this particular scent, the way he used that orange. Very, very sexy, very, very sensual. Pierre De Velay, he really came through and made the oud. Now, I would say to anyone who is interested in this, if you can, I know it's very difficult, find a sample because it may not be for you, but this is one of those scents that is very, very in my wheelhouse. The spiciness, the incense, the oud, the rose, the floral touches. It's in my wheelhouse. It's one of those scents that I really, really gravitate towards, that I find spectacular and beautiful. So if you have a taste like mine, where scents that sound like that are up your wheelhouse, I would say this is one. Go into it with an open mind. Don't think, as I stated, this is not a scent that's going to blast for 6 feet. It's going to sit close, but it does leave a very long and heavy sillage trail. I've experienced that where someone walked in behind me into a place and said, man, was that you that came in previous to me? And I had to state, yes, that was. It said, man, that smells very, very good. That was the gentleman that told me it was smelling good. And I went through the door, maybe.
I didn't understand that.
Damn, Bixby trying to come through in my conversation with y'all. Let me turn her off. I'm not gonna stop the video. So all in all, for me, Pierre De Velay and what Roja Dove brought to the table in mixing this particular scent is one beautiful, very, very nice blended, very well blended Roja Dove composition that can be sensual, that can bring you forth as a very opulent, affluent individual while giving you confidence to be around any man with a masculine appeal that gives you that authoritative feel, authoritative presence, while also taking you to the presence of a woman who will see you and gravitate towards you sexually. Very nice scent, the Oud by Roja Dove for his house perfumed Pierre De Velay. This is a scent that I say get your nose on, get your mind clear and ready for the scent. Just really, really let it come to you. Don't press yourself to really smell everything, every note, because it's too hard, because he has 22 accords and notes in this. Really let it come in, evolve on your skin, and then give it the impression around others and see what you think about it. Very, very beautiful, sexy, opulent, woody, rich, and floral scent. Magnolia, orange, citric, styrax, lavender, leathery, rich, citric, oudy, floral fragrance. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fragrance. That is the Oud Pierre De Velay by Roja Dove. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time for you guys today. As always, if you enjoyed this content, outside of Bixby jumping into my conversation, all I ask is that you do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because more content like this is to come always. I'm going to have a few impressions for you to come this week, and I got a great cigar lineup for you coming this week with a nice touch of rich, fruity, and buttery rich Chardonnay that I've been drinking and want to bring to your attention. And as always, like I stated, just tap in. Let me know what you guys think. Leave in the comments if you are interested in Roja's new Oud perfume. Maybe one day, I'm thinking about it, that this might be my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, where I'll give away a good 10 milliliters of this particular scent. I think that would be one of the things that I find cool to give away. So tap in. Let me know what you guys think about that. And just go ahead and hit that bell. More is to come. Videos. Until then, I'll see you. You guys stay blessed. See you next time. Peace.